Some of these things I may be wrong about, and I may be,
What up,
completely
y'all?
off. But if you
Hey, we live on this thing. Y'all jump on in here and holler at me. Yes, sir. We live, baby. From the Clifton household, son. Y'all come on, jump on in there and shoot me something. Let me know what y'all got on your mind today. Somebody gonna say, hey, y'all hang on a minute, man. I got to cut this air conditioner off or get this jacket. Somebody jump in there with me. Okay, we got somebody in the group. Who we got in here? Y'all holler at me. What y'all want to talk about, man? I'll answer whatever. I'm game for whatever. We can talk sports. We can talk prison. We can talk whatever. We can just talk about my country accent if y'all want to. It's original, by the way. I've had it my whole life. Like I ain't man, did y'all ever watch when LSU hired Brian Kelly? He went to that basketball game and tried to talk country. Man, it was bad. It was bad. Anyway, man, I ain't got many people on here, but I'm glad I figured this out. I couldn't figure out how to get it to go live, but I'm in there now. I got it set up, baby. Robin Davis, like the way I talk. Thank you so much, man. Miss Robin, I appreciate that. Everybody, a lot of people says that. But yeah, thank you so much. You very gorgeous lady, and I appreciate your compliment. Anyway, Robin, the only one I got. It might be too early in the day. Everybody's still getting off work or something. Let's see. Robin, anything else you want to know about me? You can ask me anything. I'll tell you. I try to keep it 100. Uh-oh, we got two people in there, y'all. We got two folks. I'm just glad I figured out how to get this thing live. I said this morning, you're Italian. Okay. Did you grow up in Italy, or are you just Italian descent? From Jersey. Okay. All right. Jersey, boy, that's where they New York, Jersey, they deep up there in the mafia and all that. They used to be real deep. Now it's done, the feds have done about clamped down on them. But boy, Jersey and New York, they used to be some powerhouses up there. Italians, man, they yeah, the Sopranos was one of my favorite shows, Robin. I'd missed the first 4 seasons, and then somebody turned me on to it, and when they did, man, I fell in love with it. I watched every episode from then on out, and then I went back and bought the box set and watched it, and then I watched it on HBO not long ago again. What up, Rick Dog? We talking about Sopranos, man. Hey, who's y'all's favorite Sopranos character? I liked, Tony. He played a good part. Uh, but I always thought it was funny. Paulie Walnuts, man, that dude was something serious. Man, he'd kill you over $20. I ain't lying. Yeah, Tony, man, Tony, he deserved to win those awards. Because he really played I mean, that was an excellent part he played in that show, man. For real. They, Rick Dog, where you from, bub? I see you in there. Getting choked out. Oh, you talking about when the dude broke my nose down there? Robin, I did watch Saints of Newark, and it was okay. Um, it was. I thought it was going to be more of Tony as a like in his 20s and stuff. Um, but it was more as a teenager, But yeah, it was a good movie. I liked Saints of Newark. Um, I think John Travolta did a good job on Gotti. Oh no, that was my silly True, David True, man. Man, that dude was so big from New York. I mean, True was sitting on the bed like this talking trash, and the guy stood up. And in jail, if somebody stands up, you better stand up too, or you're fixing to get hit sitting down. And you don't want to get hit sitting down because then you're going to be up under a rack and you're going to get wore out. But yeah, man, he hooked old boy up and hooked True up in that. And I'll never forget True was trying to get his hands, and I was in his arms and go. And man, that dude just bam, his head bounced off the concrete. And there was, like I said, there was 3 or 4 black dudes outside the cell. And they was like, keep walking, keep walking. So I made a lap. When I come back around, True was on his feet talking shit. I said, man, shut up. I said, shut up, dude. You're about to get killed. He was steadily like, whoa, 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 whoa. I was like, dude, you didn't see what I just seen, your head bouncing off that concrete. Like, shut the hell up, please. But yeah, I was in county. That was before I even got to prison. Um, man, I'll tell you what, prison's something serious, man. First thing you do when you get to prison, I'm talking about the very first thing you do when you get to prison is everybody get butt naked. All of y'all, take your clothes off. You stand around in a room about 40 people, and you might try to put your hands over your stuff or whatever, and they'll cuss you out. No, mother, move your hands, and that's crazy. Like I said, that first thing you do, you get naked, man, and then they'll put you in one of them little white, we call them Michelin man suits, one of them white suits like they give you at a hospital when you have a baby or whatever. So they take you out of there and they take you into what they call processing or booking or whatever. And man, they cut your hair and stuff. And if you get smart with them and stuff, man, they'll leave patches in your damn hair and stuff. And you got to go in there and they'll spray you with lye spray. You got to bend over and all that and squat. Let's spray you up. They spray your whole body with that lye spray. And then you got to get in the shower. No, but what kind of shows y'all watch on TV, man? Y'all tell me what y'all been watching lately. Man, I'm trying to think. I watched Oh yeah, on HBO I watched True Detective, and it's got four, basically four series in it, in one. And I like the first one with Woody Harrelson and McConaughey. They was all right. Bama Law, what's up, baby? Roll Tide, roll. This is a big week. We got Georgia, man. But you know what though? We got historically we've been known to go into Georgia when we're underdogs and come out with a win over there. Um, so yeah, Bama Law, are you a lawyer? No, don't be worried. We're gonna be all right. That's cool though, man. What do you do? Do you do criminal defense or you do civil? What do you do? Twisted Tennessee, what up, baby? You doing all right? Well, hey, anything, man, anything to do with law, you're making money. You know what I mean? So, um, I don't know what to mean. Okay, you do. So you do a lot of pro bono. Let's see. Go Big Orange, man. I had to listen. My little girl goes to school up in Tennessee. I had to buy her a Tennessee Vols shirt. I was like, damn, girl. I was like, you don't want no Alabama shirt? She's like, no. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I mean, y'all get paid the same price whether you win or lose the case, right? I know in Alabama, well, you are from Alabama. Uh, I know court-appointed lawyers most of the time they just get you deals 70 an hour. I thought it was like 600 and something a set fee or whatever. I thought they used to pay y'all like $700 or something, just a set fee. Oh, Robin, I just got one little girl, one kid. But yeah, I didn't know that's damn 70 an hour, man. I hired a lawyer one time. It was $250 an hour. But I had some charges or whatever. Yeah, man, I had a court appointed lawyer when I went to prison. First time in my life, I never had a paid lawyer. Seriously, I'd had a hundred misdemeanor charges, little petty stuff, and I always had a paid lawyer. And then the one time I didn't have a paid lawyer, he come in and he just hit me straight up. He said, "Look here, they offering you a 10 split one," and I was like, "A 10 split one?" I was like, "Why so much time?" And he was like, "Well, they got you dead to rights on a Class A, and it can be 15 with no good time." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good with that 10." But I don't like the way splits are set up. So I told him, "Look, I don't want to do the 10 split one. Just give me a 10 with good time." And that worked out better for me because I didn't want to do all that paper and then have to back up a sentence. Robin, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was addicted to drugs, and I was addicted to meth, and I was making it and cooking it and all that, and I got caught. I was in the middle of making the meth when the cops come to serve a warrant on me, and I had to go to the door and tell them, "Hey, I'm fixing to open this door, and I ain't on no bullshit now." I was trying to keep them from opening because most time when you open the door, they come in and tackle you down and all that. So when I opened that door up, I said, "Hey, look, I got this bottle going, man." And they was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm making dope right now." And they're like, "What?" The cops are freaking out, and so they got me with a Class A manufacturing, and I was guilty on it. I couldn't. I even told the judge when I went to court. I said, he says, anything you want to say? And I was like, yes, sir. I'm guilty of what I done. You know, I don't, you know, he said, wow. He said, you're the first one. I guess everybody says they didn't do it, but I told him that I was guilty and that, you know, the things I done, I knew that I needed to pay for it or whatever. I told him, I said, look, man, I said, I got cause say they told me in county that if you get to prison and you got open cases that you can't go to work release, you got to stay behind the fence. And like, I knew I was work release candidate cause I'd never been in trouble and all that. So when we got up in front of the judge, I said, Judge, I said, listen, I said, I did what I did. I'm guilty. I'm a man. I'm here to take my medicine. And I said, I just got one thing that I want to ask you. I said, I got a little open possession of controlled substance. I said, there was 3 of us in a car. I was like, I didn't really do it, but can I just plead guilty to it today? And you like run it in with the, you know, CC, run it concurrent with these other charges. That way, when I get to prison, I can make it to a work release. And he looked at the prosecutor and he was like, man, he's like, can you do anything for me? He's like, yeah, we'll non-process it. I was like, cool. So they just basically dropped it, and that got the other 2 girls off too. So, and when I got to prison, I didn't have any open cases. I could go to work release when I got done with SAP. And thank you, Miss Robin. I appreciate that. I try to be. Ricky Cup, what up, baby? Man, Ricky Cup, that name sounds familiar. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. But yeah, I try to be a good person. You know, you know how you really change in life? And I didn't understand it till I got to prison. You got to change your thinking, man, for real. Yeah, the train ride to Kilby, man, that was it took us forever, man. It took me about a year to get from Huntsville to Kilby. We left out one day, 35 people going, or thought we were going to prison. Next thing you know, 12 of them go to prison and 23 of us go to Pickens County Holding Facility. Stayed there for a year, and then they finally got us. And but anyway, speaking of that train ride, nobody said a word. We're riding down the road. You know, we see the sign says Mount Meigs. When you see that, you know that's where all the prisons are in Alabama, or most of them. And nobody said a word. And then, like I said, we turned on this road, and there was some trees, you know, and then all of a sudden we passed them trees. And man, to the right, you could see this big old prison. And about that time, my friend Gus said, shit's got real now, boys. And man, everybody on there was like, God dang, why'd he say that, man? Because like we wasn't even really tripping until he said that. He said, shit got real now, boys. Yeah, Helen Keller, she grew up not far from me over there in Tuscumbia. Matter of fact, when I was at Decatur work release, we would drive every day to Tuscumbia, and then we would take a right and go into Florence and work at C.R. Gibson. So, yeah, Tuscumbia, I know exactly. I think, you know, Tuscumbia, that's where they had that kid get beat up here a while back, and supposedly nobody knows what happened. They made them sign, now this is what the internet said, made them sign NDAs and all kind of stuff right after the accident happened with the kid. And like, I don't think they've still, I mean, there was cameras on the campus and everything, and supposedly, you know, nobody,